Welcome, and thank you for reaching the pinnacle of this Wealth in Health series. What we're going to do with this final presentation is find out your self-care personality type. And you may be thinking right now, I didn't know there was one. And there probably isn't one. There's nothing out there that will quantify this particular personality test as a type. This is something that I've created through the experience that I've had through various personality tests that I've taken. You may have taken tests. So, for example, the most famous one being the Myers-Briggs type indicator. You may have tried that. There's one that I've researched that I've not really heard of, but it was fascinating. And that's the MMPI, standing for Minnesota Multifaceted Personality Inventory. Sounds pretty deep. I haven't tried it. If anyone has, please check back in the communication platforms that we share. 16 personalities. You may have done that. I've done that myself a long time ago. I believe I was a defender. There's also the 5 love languages as well, where you need your partner to do that as well. However, this is something that I came across when I was going through counseling. And the platform that was delivering the counseling also had different kinds of webinars. One of the webinars was all about self-care. And the lady that was delivering the webinars created her own personal self-care personality type. And I was so intrigued because it kind of nailed it for me. What I would like you to get from this is just a little insight of yourselves. Nothing too deep, because normally tests like these are very subjective. There's a lot of introspection required. So there's a lot of deep dive that's required. Because you've got this for life, you can indeed deep dive. However, what I'm going to try and do with this is take you on a run through, as in hold your hand, and then through the slides, you will determine your personality type. And these are always subject to change, always. However, I feel quite confident that you'll come out of this quite invigorated, surprised, or not surprised. Empowered would be a great word and a great feeling if you can get that. And I just want it to bring you some joy in your life. What we will find out today is your self-care personality type. And at the bottom, you can see, do you love creating? Are you a thinker? Are you a doer? Physical? Zen? Are you art? Dance? We're going to go in. And when we do go in, you're going to need something. Now, before we start, there's an important question for you to answer. What is self-care? And self-care is literally that, taking care of yourself and addressing your needs. So you remember what I said about you needing something? One of these. Get one of these out. Get your journals out. You can pause it, get them out, come back. Self-care strengths. We all have things that we do well. And what we want to be doing is building upon the things that work for you. We want to reflect and rely on past experiences. So yes, we do look back because success leaves clues. Focus on what's best for you because only you know you. Self-care is not about pressuring ourselves to be someone else. In fact, I would say not even be someone. I believe self-care is about being something, to be of service, to be a good human. Being real with yourself will help you make realistic and enjoyable goals. Take some time now to write down your self-care strengths. And you can pause this, take as much time as you want. As we said, a lot of introspection right now. Now that you've done that, we're going to pause again. And I'm going to ask you, what brings you joy? And that is a massive question in my practice. And hopefully what you've seen through these presentations are ways that will help you understand what is bringing you joy. Self-care personality types. We're going to go in. So we've got creativity, we've got learning, we've got relaxation, we've got movement, stroke physical activity. We're each unique. We are each uniquely drawn to these categories. Some categories are not a match for us. We may find interest in multiple categories. Categorizing self-care helps us find what works best for us. So if we look now and break those words down a little bit more, creativity, it could include art, music, decorating, cooking, journaling, photography, blogging, performing arts, etc. Let your imagination start running. Learning, that could be reading, podcasts, writing, book clubs, researching, DIY projects, technology, etc. Cooking. Relaxation, that can be anything. Sleeping, in fact. Yoga, meditation, massages, reflection, stillness, downtime, comfortable environment. Movement, fitness, outdoor activities, adventures, competitions, races, walks, etc. Time to think. You may be 1, 3, or you could be all 4. But what I'm going to ask you is, which 2 do you gravitate to? You can pause it. Hopefully you've written something down. And I'm going to ask you, are you one of these 3? I've got 6. So if you've chosen creativity with relaxation, you're a calm creative. If you've chosen creativity with movement, you're a creative doer. If you've chosen creativity and learning, you're a creative genius. The next 3, if you've chosen learning relaxation, you're a mindful guru. If you've chosen learning movement, you're an active thinker. If you've chosen movement and relaxation, you're a mindful doer. Calm creative, which is creativity in relaxation put together. You want to say yes to journaling, coloring books, visual meditation, etc. You don't really want to waste your time on things that take a lot of energy and require direction. If you're a creative doer, which is creativity and movement, pump your fists and yes to performing arts, DIY projects, but no to things that you find boring. Creative genius, which is creativity and learning. We want to say yes to traveling, museums, cooking, art classes, etc. But no to things without an understood purpose. So we got to have reason, purpose, meaning. Mindful guru, learning and relaxation. Yes to learning about relaxation, guided meditation, etc. So you're always exploring. No to things that are fast-paced and require energy. And what that would normally bring is an irrational process. We don't want that. We want rational. Active thinker, learning plus movement. Yes to fitness tracking, competitions, reading about health, etc. The more information for you, the best it's going to be for your outward performance. No to things that are slow-paced or unexciting and require patience. Mindful doer, movement and relaxation. We want to say yes to power yoga, to Pilates, to stretching, cool down, stillness, etc. But we want to say no to things that are complicated with no active component. Your self-care personality type can adapt. As I said in the beginning, it can move, it can flow. So assess yourself regularly. You have this now for life. And I'm so grateful for that. You may match with more than one type, and that's okay. Self-care is a personalized experience. So some of the things may not fit for you. If any of this was helpful, that is a win. Remember to take yourself into consideration when planning your self-care. I know that may sound counterintuitive and it may sound completely obvious, but normally it's not. We kind of always think of ourselves as the third person. No, think of yourself as the first and only. Hopefully this presentation has got you closer to a self-discovery. Now go seek your self-care personality type. Always remember that there is only one you. So look after that one you, because that one you is needed. That one you is required. Go turn these words into works.